They're the liberal rednecks. They like cornbread and butt sex. They care way too much but don't give a fuck. They're the liberal rednecks that makes some people upset, but they got 3 big old dicks that you can suck.
And we're in Minneapolis about to do a show. If you want to see a show, you go to WellREDcomedy.com. You can see all these lovely dates here that Corey has put up. See, I can see them too. They're right there floating in the air. You guys,
you can see Washington, D.C.
You can see Nashville
in
December. That'll hit.
That will hit.
Florida. I'm going backwards now. Seattle.
Yeah.
California. Actually, when this comes out tonight we'll be in Irvine,
and tomorrow night
San Jose. Yeah, and plenty of other stuff too. So holler at WellREDcomedy.com for tickets.
Dude, I've been
thinking. Come see us.
What have you been thinking about all week?
Are you going to say those chicken wings?
Yeah, dude.
Piper Plane.
Again, I think we've mentioned them a million times here, and we're not sponsored by them, but it's one of them places that's like good enough that I'll give them the free advertisement. Piper Plane, San Jose, man, calling my name, baby. I can't wait.
Yeah. So we got back from Atlanta.
Oh, by the way, did you tell them where they could get the tickets for the people just listening? Because some people don't see that graphic.
I said WellREDcomedy.com.
Did you?
Yeah, I said it.
Right.
I for sure said it, but I'll say it again, WellREDcomedy.com.
Right on.
Yeah, for people just listening, I'm pointing at a graphic that Corey has projected into our reality and onto your screens. So last weekend we were in Atlanta, and I've been saving this story to tell you about what happened on the plane back to California from Atlanta.
Yeah. Did you get hurt?
No. So, all right. So I was on a window seat. Okay.
You prefer the window, don't you?
I'm starting to shift on that, but yes.
On first class, it don't hit because there's too much of a gap, and your neck kind of hurts when you. I know that. Listen, we don't buy first class tickets. We get bumped up.
Upgraded. Yeah. That is the main reason I used to prefer the windows, because I can lean on the side, but I don't lean on the side no matter where I'm at on the plane now. I can sleep laid straight back, leaning straight back, and I never look out the window because I'm not a child.
Right.
So I need.
You ever sit next to that dude you're on the that just opens it?
Monster.
Absolute fucking
Tom
monster.
Segura's got a whole bit about that guy, but yeah, he's it's truly upset, especially when it's like a 6 a.m. flight,
dude,
and you're like, dog, what are we doing? You know what's out there? It's clouds, it's the sun.
Right.
We all trying to die in here,
yeah.
like temporarily.
Right, dude.
Lose consciousness.
It also gets hot.
So bright. Yeah, it's that guy. That guy don't hit.
No, that guy's the worst guy on the plane.
So I ain't that guy. I don't ever open it. So yeah, I need to change my preference and stop sitting by the window.
Yeah.
But it's just a thing I've always done.
I'm a big peer, so I got to sit on the outside.
Right. Yeah. I know. I need to start sitting in the aisle, but I sit on the window, and beside me in the middle seat was this like 40-something-ish black lady, and beside her was a probably 40-something-ish on the aisle. They do not know each other. A 40-something-ish like Latino dude.
That's a good match.
Right. So, the Latino dude was with his girlfriend or wife, whatever, who is also a 40-something black lady. But she is
told you.
She is right behind me. Mm-hmm. So are you following the layout?
Yeah, they're not
here?
sitting together.
Him and his woman are not sitting together. His woman is right behind me in the window.
And wait, is it because she's in comfort and he's in first?
No.
Okay, because I've done that.
No, this is all in comfort, the whole situation. So she's right behind me. He's on he's on the aisle.
You were in comfort?
Yeah.
I don't hit.
No, it don't hit. But it's fine. She's sitting right behind me. He's on the aisle, right? They are a couple. Directly beside me is an unrelated 40-something black woman. Mm-hmm. She gets in there. I'm there first. She comes and sits down. She's talking on her phone to somebody or whatever. And while she's talking on the phone, as everybody's piling on and they're messing with the luggage and stuff, one of the flight attendants goes, "Excuse me, whose is this?" And it's like a laptop bag, right? And the lady beside me turns and looks. She goes, "It's mine." And the flight attendant goes, "Okay, well, if you're okay with it, I'm just gonna put it on this side,
Ooh.
so because they'll make more room for it." Drew's here. What's up? Okay, so Drew, I'm on a plane from Atlanta to LA. Okay. There's a black lady beside me, a Latino dude beside her, and the Latino dude's wife, another black lady behind me. Okay? That's all that's happened. Flight attendant says, "Whose is this? I'm going to move it over here." And the lady goes, "Or you could just give it to me." And the flight attendant goes, "Okay, no problem, ma'am." And she hands her the laptop bag, and the flight attendant walks off. And that lady who's on the phone says on the phone, she's like, "Oh, my God, just trying to mess with my stuff and was rude about it, too."
But
she's like, "Oh, girl, you would." She's like, "Yeah." She's just like, "Whose is this?" Right? She's like,
yeah,
real upset.
and it's like she wasn't rude.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But this lady's real upset by that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm just sitting there.
So tense on
I'm
planes
sitting there
now, man.
Already just staring directly ahead, already slightly uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
Because of that I had nothing to do with. Then the Latino dude, he's on the phone. And he's talking. I can't understand none of it because he's doing that Latino talk,
Right, yeah.
Spanish they call it.
Yeah.
He's,
My papa also called it Latino talk.
and that's how I know I know it
You
was.
ain't know that word.
No,
I don't
that's
speak
true.
Spanish, but I know that it was Spanish because I picked up a couple words here and there. It was definitely Spanish he was speaking. That is relevant. So he's talking on the phone in Spanish.
Pendejo, you heard that one a couple times?
I don't remember the words I heard, but I know that they were Spanish words. So
Right.
everybody gets off the phone because the plane's about to take off. But the lady beside me, she's no longer talking on the phone. She's now texting, right? And then after she'd been texting for a minute, I hear the black lady behind me go, she reaches up through the seats and taps the lady beside me, and she goes, "Just so you know, he is not a terrorist."
What?
Hold on. And the lady beside me goes, "Excuse me?" And she goes, "He is not a terrorist." And the lady beside me goes, "Girl, was you reading my text messages?" And she goes,
What?
She goes, "I read the one where you said, 'Oh my God, girl, this man beside me on the plane is speaking another language. I think he a damn terrorist.'" So the lady beside me is like, "That is an invasion of my privacy. You do not read other people's text messages." She's like, "You do not call my man a terrorist."
I don't know whose side I'm on right now.
I know, right?
Because they're both right.
Right, and both wrong.
Yeah,
at the
right.
same time, because and this lady's like, "It ain't none of your business what I'm texting." She goes, "He's my business. He's my man." Right, and dude, I'm melting into the window. I'm just
my
like,
God.
just like a horse with blinders on, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm not moving a muscle, just staring straight ahead. Pretty terrified.
Yeah, of course. Because this guy might be a terrorist.
And the lady behind me is like, she's like, "For real?" She's like, "It is 2021 in America, and you're really saying this man's a terrorist just because he speaks another language?"
How
She's
loud
like,
is this?
"Everybody, I mean, dude,
It's
pretty loud."
I had to guess, yeah.
Not loud. The flight attendants weren't around at this point, and it wasn't so loud that they came and addressed
If
it.
you-
but like the row in front of you.
All right.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but I have to assume if someone is defending their man being a terrorist to someone who's just been reading their text over the shoulder, they probably weren't like, "Okay, now let's keep our voices down. Let's all be civil."
No, and so, and then the dude, he starts going. He's like, baby, it's okay. Don't worry about it." And she's like, "No, she called you a terrorist." He's like, "It's all right. I'm not worried about it. Just let it go, please. It's fine." She's like, "It is not fine." And she's just like, that. The lady beside me is like, "That is invasive. That is rude." And it just goes back and forth for a minute. And then the man finally, he's like, "Baby, please." And they stop, right? So we take off, and it's Atlanta to LA, so it's a 4-hour flight. 2 hours later, at least, I know because I was watching Mel Gibson's The Patriot. which
That's a
was
great
an
movie to
interesting
watch after all
choice.
that.
Yes, I was about to say I'd already skewed that up.
It's like you were like, "This man, you know what this reminds me of? Mel Gibson."
Right. Well, also, it's slaves and stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean,
Dude.
it's like, anyway. But I was committed to my choice because I like that.
For sure.
movie.
It's a great
It's
movie.
a great movie. So it was at least 2 hours into the flight because the fucking Patriot was almost over, and that's a 3-hour movie. The dude gets up, goes to the bathroom. The lady beside me gets up, goes to the other bathroom. When she comes back and she's going to sit down, she is looking at the lady behind me, and she starts going, "Oh, it's funny, huh?
Ooh.
It's funny, huh?" And she was like, And she's like, I do think it's funny. I just think it's funny that somebody could live in America in 2021 and call somebody a terrorist because the way they talk. And then she just goes back into like, well, I think it's funny how you read my text messages, all this stuff. And then I swear to God, the lady beside me starts going, she's like, I can't believe you would do, you know what? You need Jesus.
Here we go.
You need
Jesus. That ain't it.
And the lady behind me is like, I need Jesus. She's like, because the lady beside me had a couple of drinks. She's like, how about you slow down on that alcohol while I'm finding Jesus then? And it just goes back and forth a little bit longer. The dude shows back up and shuts it down again. And he's
taking this pretty goddamn well.
No doubt.
It's like he's been called a terrorist before.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's a Latino dude.
I know.
But this is America.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure he probably has.
Fucking Tushar's an Indian, and he's definitely been called a terrorist before.
I
know. It's definitely different.
Way closer.
Yeah, it's
Still
way
very
closer.
racist,
Yeah,
but
but it is
like-
way closer on
yeah,
the
right.
spectrum for
Well,
sure.
It's at least racism based on racism.
Right.
This is the weirdest racism
Right.
I've ever heard.
Yeah, I've literally
So-
never heard of a Latino
And
terrorist in my life.
the only other thing that happened was on the way out, I'm walking right behind the lady who was sitting beside me just because the way everybody filed out of the plane. And she immediately gets on her phone and is telling her girlfriend the story. And she just keeps looking over her shoulder the whole way out. 'Cause,
Yeah.
she was like, she thought it might be some shit. But as far as I'm aware, it wasn't no shit.
The airplane
after that.
lobby, that's where
But,
some shit, that's where some fucking world star shit can happen, like when it doesn't get taken care of on the plane.
Yeah.
About
'Cause-
did today.
But,
Really?
yeah.
You had an experience?
I'm in a foul fucking mood.
Okay, I was wondering because just a minute ago, like I said something, and I looked over, I was like, wait, did I just fucking piss her off? And then I thought to myself, I was like, he literally just walked in here, like he just got off the plane. He's probably just in a
I
bad
had to go to the
mood.
plane, hotel, straight here, all that. I mean, that like Russian don't ever help. But here's what happened, and it's a plane story. Is that the wrap up? Because I've got like
That's all
basically
that.
the white male version.
That's
of
all that
what
happened on mine. Did you fly from LA today?
Burbank.
Oh.
Do you fly Southwest? Do you understand what happens on Southwest? They really
I've heard
need
you
to end
tell.
it because it causes problems for somebody every single time.
Did you fly direct Southwest Burbank to Minneapolis?
No, I stopped in Phoenix, but I got here at
Okay.
3:50.
All right.
So I go to get on. The way it works is you pick your seat when you get on.
Yeah.
And what you
Right.
pay for is the right to get on quicker.
Right. First
so I
come,
was
first
like
serve.
A50 because I got early bird check-in. It's like $20 more to guarantee you get an aisle, which is what I like.
Right.
I get on, I go to sit in an aisle, and I'm like, man, you know what? I'm going to sit in this emergency row window because there's more room.
Yeah.
And these Southwest flights aren't that roomy anyway, and that's a nicer seat. And it's just a Phoenix. It's an hour. I'm not going to have to pee. Excuse me, sir. I'm going to sit right there. Oh, I'm saving it.
That's not how Southwest works.
You can't. I just said you can't really do that, sir. And he said, I know. I'm sorry. And I just thought, I'm not going to deal with it today. And all I said is, no, you're not.
I love the switch from I'm not going to deal with it today to no, you're not.
Well, and I just sat down in my seat, and I hear him say, prick.
Yeah.
And so he says that, and I'm like, all right, this dude's like saving a seat for his daughter and his wife or something or whatever. His fucking like 5'2" twin brother gets on the plane, and the reason I'm making fun of their height is it's the fucking more room seat.
Right. They don't need it.
Only two.
It's
He's
twin?
saving the aisle.
Are
just
they
for one
identical
other dude.
twins?
Yes. So I sit down. I rock my seat back before takeoff, just to, like I'm gonna annoy him anyway.
So you
I
sat
can.
in front of him?
Yeah, because I was already that's where I was about sitting, and then I was like, I'm gonna switch, and then I'm like, nah, and then he does that. So I start pulling my seat back, and then I hear him talking about me to his brother. So I'm going, what was that? Did you call me a prick again? And I was like, I will sit in between you two just to be right. Do you understand that? And he's like, oh, it's cool. Well, whatever. So then this dude gets on. Oh, I actually skipped this part. Right before his brother got on, this very large man sits in my window. And I say to him, I'm like, there's more room in the emergency one. Almost like, let's get as many people as I can to argue with this guy. And he goes, oh, I think somebody's sitting there. And I look, he's now placed his bag there. So then I watch this legitimately 6'3", 280-pound dude squeeze into this seat. And I'm like, he also could have used more room. Now I'm definitely thinking this guy's a prick. We're flying to Phoenix. He starts talking about a deal he just did with his brother, telling him all the details. It's like his brother knew something about it but didn't know how it closed. He's literally bragging about screwing his lawyer out of money. It's $100 million deal. His lawyer made $100,000 on it. For those who don't know, lawyers make between 1% and 2% usually of either the deal or the profit. I'm not quite sure how much he screwed him, but like it impressed his brother, and I'm pretty sure it would have been $1 million, and he only got $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like, I mean, fuck a lawyer, but this is the type of dude he is. But then
Yeah,
he
I was about to say,
then he goes,
go either
yeah,
way.
he complained to me about it, so I got everyone to throw in like $10,000 a piece to him, and that really made him feel better. So I'm like,
Why is this piece of shit on Southwest?
I was wondering
that's
the
also
same
what
thing.
and why didn't his fucking brother, why didn't he just get his brother, whatever fucking thing he paid for, right?
Right.
So he knows dudes, they're all on aisles. Everyone got an early thing but his brother. So he wouldn't get his brother the early thing, or his brother couldn't afford, or whatever it was. And again, 2 of them. Well, because it's the most space, the stewardess stands in front of him as people load in. The only row on the plane that doesn't have 3 people ends up being their row because the stewardess was standing there the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
So they won like triple. So I'm just fucking fuming at the universe.
They're just closing
right?
deals left and right this week, son.
Right. So then they talk about the deal and all that, and I'm like, man, this dude's a piece of shit. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, and I'm thinking of my great friend Chris Heller, who you guys have met. I went to law school with him.
Yeah.
He's part of the Black Friday crew. Black Friday Denver. A dude was being a prick at the bar. The story's like too long and kind of hazy, but the end of it was just Heller literally swiping an entire bar of drinks onto the man and walking out the door.
That is.
So I've got texts, and I text the Black Friday group, and I'm about to revisit Chris Heller Denver, circa 2018. And,
But like in the air, so it'll definitely be a crime.
I walked towards the bathroom and knocked his coffee into his lap.
Nice.
Hold on. It has the lid on it. None of it gets on him.
Dude, this dude
None
fucking
of it
rules.
gets on him. It spills, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, what the? And I'm just like, oh, sorry, sir. And just kind of look at him. Now he knows I'm crazy. Now,
Yeah,
again,
do something, fucking Bilbo Baggins.
They're 5'2".
What'd you do, like a fake stumble?
I swatted it over. Now, I
you
didn't.
just
Now I didn't
slapped
like
it?
hit it hard, but I just knocked it over, like a bully in an '80s movie. Just
Yeah.
like,
To a fucking
and
nerd
but
walking
like,
around
yeah,
with his
and I went,
agenda.
sorry, sir. So I step back down. I hear him like moving, still. Now I'm like, whatever, fuck it, right?
Now that I've committed assault.
When he gets up, he like bumps my chair at some point to go to the bathroom. When we get off the plane, I go pee. I end up right behind him, and I realize he thinks I'm following him. He starts like telling his friends I'm following them and stuff. I'm not. I didn't mean to do this, but I am not about to stop.
Of course.
I followed him all the way to his gate because his gate happened to be right beside mine. So when we get to C6, he's going to C7. I'm like, I might as well keep this going for a minute.
course.
And I just sat down like 3 rows over from him and looked. And I had the thought, if he turns his back, and then he did. He went to plug his phone in and ignore me, and he had his backpack on top of his suitcase. I came this fucking close to swiping his backpack and then just setting it somewhere, like one gate over. Just like not stealing it, just,
They would have definitely thought it was a bomb, too.
PSA getting called in. He's got to deal with that. Because I wanted some more consequences for this motherfucker.
Of course.
But I didn't.
What
do
would have
that.
happened?
I would have gotten arrested.
Absolutely. They would have gone to the camera and they'd been like, why is this bag here? Wait, we seen that fucking guy. He got on that plane. It was Drew Morgan, and you would be a terrorist.
Imagine if he had not showed up and we were like, where's Drew at? What's going on? And
Just-
we found out later that he got arrested
Yeah.
for a bomb threat at an airport.
It
Yeah.
would have been a hate
because of
crime because he was
that.
a hobbit.
He just had a fucking rubber glove fist in his asshole while these fucking 5'2" dudes are just closing another deal.
Closing another deal on the golf course. They were headed to Pittsburgh. I was like, well, that's punishment enough for these pieces of shit.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's great, by the way. I don't know. I don't know when we'll be there, but Pittsburgh's awesome. But yeah,
I
that's
do like Pittsburgh.
I like Pittsburgh
I
too.
just
Don't
wanted
hit
to
for me
win.
how they put French fries on sandwiches, but
and no, not just that. Salads,
yeah, everything they put French fries on
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's fucking
They're butters.
hilarious. Well, damn, man, I really wish that I had my flights were very inconsequential. I was in first class on both of them, and nobody sat next to me on both flights, and I read 12 comic books.
Nobody got upgraded. That's wild. The next
I mean,
flight-
I did.
always.
This is the lesson to take from it. The next flight, I'm sitting there, and a much sweeter woman who had a much more compelling story was across from me. I'm on my aisle, the person in the aisle beside me. I hear her say to an older lady, I'm sorry, my sister and my brother are with me, and they have their baby, And the lady literally didn't let her finish the sentence, just stepped the fuck over her into the aisle seat. And I was like, the lesson that I've learned is to just do that. Just step over the motherfucker and be like, yeah, go ahead and tell on me.
Hold on.
Because you're wrong.
So, when y'all get on the plane, y'all ain't got the earphones in? Like you do? Okay, because I'm just starting to think, I'm like, because I've got mine blasting. I'm like, I don't know if I'd ever known any of this shit was going on. Because, like, I pretty much got mine going the whole time.
Well, I was engaging with a oh, you mean the second time? Nah,
Yeah.
I just,
or in his situation.
I don't know. I mean, I was
Like,
just
he
like
just-
adjusting, trying to get it, because Southwest has
Yeah, well, you
free-
had to do something.
They
Like,
had free live TV. I was
Yeah.
trying to get that set up.
I don't.
Football was hitting today.
We talked about it, Rich, but not on here. I don't have any like songs downloaded on my phone right now. I listen to music when I'm like working out at home or something via Wi-Fi. But I don't. I mostly listen to podcasts.
Me too, on planes,
Well,
yeah.
when I listen to a podcast,
you can still kind of hear what, right, yeah.
So I think I was listening to a podcast and then I heard some shit going down. So of course I paused it.
Right, because
You
that's a
know.
live podcast.
Right. Yeah. Well, you gotta. I just wanted to hear.
Here.
Yeah.
Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I guess,
And it
yeah.
hit.
I paused the podcast so I could hear what was going on.
Yeah. I get
This
get it.
drama would not.
I'm with you.
You know,
wouldn't-
no, it would have hit. I guess it would have hit for me. I'm just so like I could see that whole thing happening beside me and me never knowing.
Well,
Are those fucking
Dude,
LeBrons?
she was.
yeah, I showed you these in a picture.
You're
when I
me.
got
Those
them.
are
I got
fucking-
them literally as the fucking pandemic started.
Those are dope.
You're me. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm her. Dude,
Yeah.
she's like this.
Yeah, no, you're right. I would have definitely.
Like it would have been pretty
Oh,
hard to
Hollywood.
not
Yeah.
notice it.
I think though, like where you were like, I would have ended up getting in some trouble because you were just like you said you were like the horse with the blinders on.
Absolutely.
I think I would have accidentally at one point just been like, oh shit, like I know, like I'm too like
I'd have laughed.
I'm too giddy about
I
stuff
would've
like that.
laughed.
Oh, I know you would have laughed for
I can't remember
sure.
if you missed the part or
I
not.
find that stuff so funny.
Dude, I
She
know you
already
too.
got-
Like you would have fucking like as soon as she
just-
called that dude a terrorist, you would have been you would have
just-
started representing his ass.
I am the only.
think I'd have let her
I
handle it.
am the only white man in this situation. I wanted no part
Of
of
course.
getting roped into it
Because it was about to be your fault.
Because I just didn't want to smirk or anything because I thought I'd be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
and now it's on.
Right.
Because that's the reason I told the part about the lady beside me getting real pissed off at the flight attendant over nothing.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of it for me.
Right.
Like, I've already
Oh, you know her MO now, is what you're saying.
I'm saying she's like mad at everybody, it seems like. And now this has happened. And I was just, and again,
Oh, and didn't your
I'm a
didn't
white
your,
dude.
didn't
so
your
I'm like, no, I ain't.
didn't your mask fall off your face and you got accosted for that?
That was today.
Oh, okay.
I was asleep, and I got fucking woken up because it had slipped off my nose. And I do the thing. I had a hat.
Yeah,
I had
you
a
tried to
cap. I had a cap pulled
make
over
it
my
looking.
face, and she still
that kind
caught
of makes
me
it worse
and woke
if
me
you get
up.
because she thinks you did it on purpose.
Right.
Dude, I want to say this, and look, this is a problem I have, and it's something I need to work the fuck on. When that dude, like, it wasn't like me not being able to sit there. It genuinely wasn't. It was who this dude thinks he is, and as the day progressed, who he in fact is.
Right. Little man
Like-
syndrome just to the fucking nines.
But a winner. Like, this was a rich L.A. $100
But
million
again-
deal. Took all his boys to fucking a golf trip. They were talking about playing golf.
Is he
all
only on
weekend.
Southwest because it was just is the only flight out of
I
there?
have maybe like because he wanted to do Burbank instead of
Right.
dealing with LAX traffic.
Right.
So like, what was going through my head when I was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it." Was he not? I'm mad at what me. The seat I ended up in was fine. It was he fucking deserves this. He deserves to feel something negative today.
Yeah.
I
That
gotta
guy's
let
having
go
a
of
great day. I'm sure still.
Yeah, but I scared him.
For sure, dude.
Like, I legitimately, and I
Yeah.
don't mean like imposing upon him. He was just like, that dude who did that is now following me.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not at my law firm. I'm not like I don't have
Yeah.
the people
I
around
got
me."
a bunch of old dudes with me.
Yeah, like he could beat the shit out of definitely me and my brother
There
at the
was
same
one of them who
time.
could take me, but I'd have broke his nose. But it wasn't even that I was going to fight him. It was that he was going to have to deal with it. It's like you said, I can't make this go away. I just have to sit here near this guy. And what do I tell? I could go get security and be like, that guy's following me. You're at an airport, bro. Are you crazy? I was hoping he would tell on me. And I'd be like, that guy seems nuts. I don't know, folks. I'm just sitting at the gate, you know.
Yeah, I heard him say something about bomb and then just fucking run away.
Matter of fact.
Yeah, yeah.
Got something weird in that.
No,
bag.
dude, he smells like gunpowder, dog. I know. I used to be a dog. Like, whatever. Like, yeah. Oh, my God, man. Well, shit, That's rough, guys. In one of those situations, I tell you what
What?
would really help me.
What would help you?
Would be a slim nicotine pouch.
Oh.
That's what would help me. Look, we're all adults here, and some of us choose to use nicotine to relax. I know this fella over here does. Focus or just unwind after a long day. And Lucy Nicotine is a company that was created to help nicotine users find a cleaner option and feel better about the ways that they consume nicotine. Lucy's slim pouches, Trey Lane, what they do is that they use the newest technology for synthesizing pure nicotine in the lab. It's all like sciencey and stuff.
Hips love science.
I love science. None of the tobacco, all the nicotine satisfaction. 3 exclusive and delicious flavors: spearmint. You got your mango. You got your cool cider. It's like dipping a seltzer, son. Good stuff. Trey, you enjoy the slim nicotine pouches, don't you? Why don't you tell our listeners about them?
Yeah, it does. If some crazy shit goes down on a plane, you know what you can do? Just slide one of them in there, and they can't say shit to you about it. I mean, I guess they theoretically could, but they won't.
Not
they
right.
Don't know
They
what
can't
the hell
tell.
They can't tell. They don't know what you're doing. You can't do that with any other sort of nicotine situation, except for other types of gums and stuff, which don't hit as hard as Lucy hits.
They don't hit near as hard. And guys, listen, here's the deal. It's the future. It's 2021. Don't compromise when you're choosing your nicotine products. Go with the newest tobacco-free options from Lucy's. And WellRED listeners, now what you're going to do, you're going to go to lucy.co, use that promo code RED, R-E-D. You're going to get 20% off your order of Lucy Slim pouches or any other of the super hitting Lucy products. That's lucy.co. And we use the promo code RED, R-E-D, at checkout. And I must read this verbatim. I have to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains non-tobacco nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Which hits.
It does hit. Thank you, Lucy, for sponsoring the podcast.
Thank you, Lucy.
I love Lucy. What's
I-
up with this Clemson game?
I
boys?
also
It's in
love
overtime.
Lucy. Did Arkansas win?
They beat the fuck out of them, dude.
Yeah, nice. They look
Well,
good.
they were beating the fuck out of them. It was in the fourth quarter. It's overtime, North Carolina State and Clemson.
Oh, word? Word? Oh, please get beat, Clemson.
It's only 2010 in the Texas A&M Arkansas game. I'm pretty sure it was 20-0.
I haven't really been fucking with college football. I've been watching Georgia. Like, I'm now at the point where, like, I just watch Georgia, and then other than that, I don't give a shit. And I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, I reached the point you're at years and years ago. Like, way back in the day, I watched all kinds of college football, and it all hit for me. A long time ago, I reached the point where you are now, where I really only ever watched Tennessee, and now I just don't watch college football because Tennessee beat it completely out of me.
There's no consistency for me.
I will
I'll watch
check
football
the score.
all day, Saturday and Sunday, 1 week, and then I won't watch for 3 weeks.
Tennessee plays Florida today. I will check the score. I know what it's going to be.
It will not hit.
and it will not hit, and that'll be all that I do. Now Sunday, like I watch
All day.
I watch every NFL game that I possibly can.
I mean, dude, this is tomorrow's like one of the earliest flights I've taken in a while leaving a city.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm like, I'll leave at lunch. Like, I don't care if I get home at 8. That's fine. But, like, I was like, no. I can get home by 2, and then, like, the witching hour is in, like, I'll be able to, like, really see good red zone shit.
So my flight's at the same time yours is, and I picked it for the same reason because I land at 10 a.m., which is what time the games start on the West Coast. So, like, I mean, I have to get home, but I'll probably be home by halftime of the early games, and that's the reason I'm getting up so early is just so I can watch football. So,
If you could only have for the rest of your life if you could only have the rest of your life for Super Bowl party, any type of like football party get together, 3 food items at those parties. That's it. Everything else fucking has to go except
for
for
the rest of my life.
for the rest of your life. And drinks,
Not drinks.
No, drinks are fine. Drinks, not, just food. And this is like including like snack cakes, dips, meats or whatever. Just,
I have 2, I think, for sure.
First off, I can tell you one that's definitely in both of ours, and it's fucking Rotel
Yes,
dip.
that's number
Rotel
one.
dip has to be there.
Rotel dip and the other one,
Wings?
I was going to say wings.
Wings,
The 2
yeah.
My top 2 for sure, if I'm picking 3 food items for football watch parties and I get nothing else, and that's for the rest of my life, Rotel dip and wings for
And
sure.
pizza.
And I was
Yeah,
going to say
that-
pizza.
those
I think
3.
I'm going
It's
wings,
really
pizza.
not even that hard of a question if you
I-
think about
I-
it. You
What
almost
about
have to
loaded
take those.
nachos?
You almost have to take
Yeah.
those out. Well,
would
Rotel
hit.
kind of
Takes care of that.
thing, but it kind of covers that base for me.
Dude, when
All
I
the
asked
way
that,
around.
I literally thought this was going to be like the hardest thing in the world, but it's like, yeah.
We should maybe get rid of those.
I mean, it's one of those things where the
And
kings
try-
are the kings.
Right, okay, without those 3, you can only
Can't do those
Nachos.
three?
you can't do those 3.
Okay, I'm going Rotel dip. He's going nachos.
No, Rotel dip's out.
No, Rotel dip's out.
Right. for you.
No,
but I picked
it's out for
nachos.
everybody. No. We have to.
So, all right, so I stick with nachos.
Okay.
Pigs in a blanket.
Oh shit! Yeah, pigs in a blanket, dude. Or just like
Chili.
yeah,
I like chili.
because if you have chili and pigs in a blanket, like
I mean,
put a bone in there, we got a stew going, baby.
this also
Can we
includes
go with
chips.
shrimp cocktails?
I mean, you could throw it in there. I don't remember the last time I was at a party that had shrimp cocktail.
Does this
It's
include
rare, but like
chips?
that's all I'm gonna get the rest of my life.
Yeah, this does include
All
chips.
chips.
All chips.
So chips. I got. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Rotel dip. It comes with chips, or is that not?
That's a package deal.
okay. All right.
That's a package deal
Okay.
for sure.
And nachos, obviously, chips are part of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
I will maintain that if you chips and standard dip is a package deal. Like
I
Ruffles and French onion dip come together.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, like,
I know
does
it's kind
chili
of
come
sort of
with-
a basic. That's a basic situation.
Chili comes with Fritos.
That's a basic situation.
Yeah.
But for me, Ruffles or Wavy Lays.
I love
with
very much
French
that
onion.
I'm the judge for this. Now,
Ruffles
no,
and
we know
Wavy
that.
Lays
You brought it
or
up.
Ruffles
Yeah.
with French onion dip.
Yeah, that
is
goes
like-
with that.
That's an all-time.
It is
junk
an
food
all-timer.
combo for me.
And-
I'm going
yeah.
shrimp cocktail, even though it's not because like if
You
all
can
I'm
bring
getting,
you can bring
know
in
what I
any.
mean?
Hey, you can bring in whatever you
It's gonna
want.
be- It's gonna be rad.
Yeah. Yeah, without all those gone, honest to God, I'm a big like sweet snacker on game
Yeah,
Oh,
day.
what about a tray? Meat.
Meat and cheese tray. Dude, because that's one item and you get so many things.
Yeah, that hits real hard.
Meat and
Yeah,
cheese.
but I assume with chili, I'm getting my cheese and my
Yeah.
sour cream.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
my-
you get all that stuff. And again, corn chips comes with that.
Well, yeah.
If you have chili and peanut butter sandwiches and honey buns
Peanut butter sandwiches
to go with the chili, that's not. Is it?
It's not a thing.
Is this a my mama thing? And I didn't
I
know.
believe
Oh my
so,
god!
yeah.
No, but we did it at school too. At school, when you got chili, you got peanut butter sandwiches.
Not peanut butter and jelly.
Hold on. Can I call Amber?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, baby.
He's like, no, we're on a podcast.
I'm not even
Of course
saying
you
like
could
that
call Amber.
don't hit or nothing, but I've
I hope
never.
she's drunk.
I've never.
Dude, she
It's
had
Saturday.
a yard sale all day today. She's hammered. She's not gonna pick up.
Clemson scored, but North Carolina State has the ball.
God damn it!
Wait, so it's like a grilled cheese with tomato soup situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And,
call.
okay, are they grilled sandwiches? Is it just
No, it's just peanut butter sandwiches.
Just white bread with
Just
peanut
make a
butter in the middle.
yeah, make a bunch of them, and you just sit them there, and they cut them into.
With chili.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
calling
I
my
ain't-
fucking mom.
I ain't never heard that.
What? Hold on. I'm gonna call mom to see if it was like she made that shit up. She may have, but like to me, that just like goes together. It's like
We
yeah,
used to-
like grilled cheese and tomato soup.
My mom Flo used to put bologna and peanut butter on a sandwich, and I loved it. Still do, and I thought it was a thing, and it's not.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of that either.
Poor people do wild stuff, and then they
Hey
keep
mom,
some of it.
you're on
know
the
what I mean?
you're on the podcast. Say hey to the boys.
Hello, fellas.
Hello.
Howdy.
So we were just sitting here talking about, like items at Super Bowl parties and like football parties that like you know the top three you couldn't live without, like you know Rotel dip and nachos and blah 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 blah. And so we threw out a couple, and then I was like, yeah, you know, for me it's like if I could have chili and peanut butter sandwiches, I'd probably be good. And the boys go, chili and peanut butter sandwiches, like that's a thing. And then it just hit me like, oh my god, is that just a Laura Forster thing? Like, did you make that up, or is that a thing?
No, it's not made up. Actually, in our area for lunch, lots you know, in the cafeteria, they
Yeah.
would serve chili, and on those days we had chili, they usually always had a peanut butter sandwich with it.
Right. So like you just had that at like Lakeview, and then when we grew up, you just like that's what we did
Well,
when we had chili.
No, that it wasn't just Lakeview because Beth does it too. So
Right.
is it Chattanooga Valley too? I think it was just an area
Our
thing, and I
regional
noticed-
thing.
Yes, and I noticed your friend Ashley West the other day actually put it on her Instagram. She took a picture of, I think she'd made some chili and had a peanut butter sandwich with it. So
Another
maybe it's
Chickamauga
a
thing.
regional thing. Yeah, Chickamauga. Well, I mean, maybe it's just our little, you know, our
Yeah.
little area.
Peanut
right
butter
here, but
sandwiches
yes.
and chili, and mayors who are cartoon characters.
Yep. That's wild. Well, damn.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. And by the way, this is your first appearance on the WellRED podcast. Can you give us a skew?
Ew.
All right.
All right. Love you, Mama.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
She said skew with more intention than I love you. That was.
I know. Yeah, big time. Huh? Well, damn.
I thought she was just gonna be like, no.
No. Bye. You don't hear from me.
On the skew or the I love you?
No, dude. No, dude. My mom's a born performer, so as soon as I told her she was on the podcast, she's like, all right, let me make sure I get this story right.
Yeah, sure.
That's interesting.
But she could have also fulfilled her character role by being like, I do not skew.
Why are you bothering me?
I will not skew.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could perhaps wish you all luck, gentlemen.
Yes, exactly. Ta-ta.
I don't think I have a thing like that. Like he said, his mama used to do peanut butter and bologna sandwiches, like together.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
I love it. I
some
want
shit
it
like
right
that.
now.
That I thought was a thing, but now I know isn't a thing, and I can't really.
I'll tell you.
Comes to mind.
I'll tell you another one for
Mostly
me.
just the standard poverty jams.
Did
for
you
me.
see the thing that went viral where the dude was talking about catching your poop, and he thought everybody did it?
That's a.
Where's he at?
Wait. Hold on. That's a.
Like just all the time he just catches his poop?
Like he in toilet paper, but he like catches.
God damn it! I definitely did see that. Where you just saw that on the
to
internet
muffle the
somewhere?
sound?
On the internet.
I'm trying to think of where I saw that on Reddit or something.
Probably
maybe, but-
read it. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I saw the
That-
most.
The dude, Tom Segura, one of his little minions that works on his podcast. He exclusively poops by squatting on the seat.
I've heard of that.
Like
I don't
above
know where
it.
I don't know where you learned
That'll
that,
feel
but
better.
That like makes sense health wise.
Well, because in like
Right.
Asia and stuff,
yeah,
Yeah, like
they
that will help
they
you
got
shit.
squat over like poop holes.
they got holes that flush.
Yeah.
Right. So he's kind of doing that, but just on a toilet.
Yeah.
But the dude that catches his poop,
It's a silencer, I
Well,
guess.
I just think you just learned that way to check your poop. But like, here's what's wild is you could watch on the clip him start to process.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, like, what do you mean you? Nah, you do that. Everybody does that, you
Dude.
know. And she's like, you just get it in your hand. He's like, no, I'm not disgusting. It's wrapped in toilet paper. And she's like, but what? What are you doing? And then he's like, just checking my poop.
Yeah.
And it's like it just keeps going.
And he's like,
you just
oh,
watch his
God.
face kind of be like,
what happens
I
when
don't-
it's
I'm
a
not
gnarly
getting-
situation down there?
It's all over
you
your
know?
hands.
maybe you know better.
I bet to say, dude, most of the time I'm like, I can pretty much be like, I think this.
Maybe
But
that's
if you
maybe
think-
that's how his family described it. It's like I had a no catch today. you
Yeah,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
But
yeah.
if you
No hands
think
on that
you
one.
have to, if you think that's a thing you do and that everybody does,
I think if
Does
it's
it ta-
diarrhea, you don't have to check it because diarrhea just is diarrhea.
You know what it is.
You know what I mean? You're like, what does it matter what the splatter looks like? What does
I
it matter what
guess.
the splatter looks
I don't know. I mean,
like?
I
What does
brought
it
this
matter?
up because nothing about it makes
well, I was
sense.
about to say, I feel like y'all are ascribing a degree of logic
I was just trying to.
this.
I feel bad for this fucking guy.
We're trying to describe some logic to it because people do it, and he learned it.
Or at least a person.
Did you see
does
the
it.
one on Reddit? This was there. I felt so bad for
wait,
this.
if you think you're weird for whatever your granny made you eat, at least you don't catch your poop in your hands.
I know another poop one from Reddit. Might be one you're gonna say. Yeah.
Dude, so this fucking guy. It was like, I can't remember what subreddit it is, but basically it's like, how old were you when you found out this thing when you were a kid is just a your family thing?
Yeah.
Luckily for me, so far, mine is just that we eat peanut butter sandwiches with fucking chili. This dude was apparently over at his friend's house when he was like 12 or 13, and he takes a shit, and he's looking around the toilet, and he's like, oh, fuck. And he has to go out and ask his buddy where their family's poop knife is.
Oh
Yeah. Because this, for those of you who don't know, well, if y'all know that, I won't, but like this, his family, I guess they have such famously large turds that like
Or weak plumbing. Or
weak
both.
plumbing or whatever, that they have a rusty knife that's just chained to the toilet that they slice their poop in half and then flush it. And like, buddy, I mean, I don't know how that guy's
I'd
rest of his
move.
year went. I'd have moved. I'd absolutely fucking move. I definitely would. I guess later on in my life, why not bring it up on Reddit? You've already got shit on it for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
One of my things is I did so like my granny's grilled cheeses are my favorite. They were my favorite thing in the world. I've told you multiple times that it took me 3 years after she died before I was able to even eat or purchase bread and butter pickles again because she would serve them on the side, and because that's the only time I ever had them.
Yeah.
And like smell and taste are like the two biggest to your memories. I couldn't even fucking fathom it, dude. So
Double overtime. I gotta go get a special guest. Keep going. Sorry.
do your thing. We have a guest. Nice. I found out way late in like middle school and like early high school that like Granny actually did not, what she was making was not grilled cheeses because she put them in the oven. She was making baked cheeses.
Yeah, I've heard of people doing that.
And the thing is like,
I mean, and those don't really hit for
No,
me.
no, here's the thing.
I get for
But it was
you
my
why they
granny's.
would.
Yeah. Well, but I don't make them like that now.
They're like toasted cheese.
Now, here's the
Yeah.
thing. Pros and cons. When you make them on the fucking stovetop, you get all that good grease. All that good
For
grease.
sure.
When you cook them in the oven, you can get them more crispy just because they're not sogged up. And really, it's healthier because there's not all that fucking butter on it. It's just, but like, since my granny's not here to make it, I definitely prefer fucking putting butter in the pan and slapping that motherfucker
The
down
grilled
there.
cheeses we got at school were toasted.
They were
sure.
for sure. Yeah. The
That's-
ones at like Sonic are toasted too.
Right.
Like, I think a lot of restaurants do that because it's easier. They can make a bunch at one time. Like, they just put all that shit in the oven. But like, that's what my granny was doing. But like, God, dude, it was like it couldn't have been better. Like, I remember her moms were like, I love moms, but they were just so different. But like, it didn't really occur to me till I was like 13. I was like, oh yeah, that's not grilled. Which I guess, hell, the way we make them is more of a fried cheese sandwich, not really grilled. None of them are grilled.
Yeah.
Like, none of them are grilled.
Yeah, it is more of a fried cheese, I guess. But you know,
I mean, if
it's
you wanna-
just what you call it.
I know, but I'm saying then I guess.
I knew it.
What's up, dude? Holy shit!
We got to pause here as we bring in our special guest, Eliot Rahal, comedian, comic book author.
Look at you, buddy.
Now,
Lovely face.
you want to move your chair by me and we can share this?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah,
You
y'all
wanna
get
move
over
your chair
there.
by me and we can share a mic.
Much longer we got on this motherfucker? Oh yeah.
What was that?
What's up?
I was just
buddy?
checking how much time we had. We got about 15 left.
Yeah,
Perfection.
perfection. We were running out of stuff to talk about anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're here to tag in.
You out of breath?
I did a light jog and I ran out of.
You ran over here.
No, from like the front of the marquee to the side door.
Yeah.
That was enough to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
I don't know what you want to do here. Hey, how are you guys?
good, man. Hold
Yeah,
the
you
thing
want to
for
hold it?
this
I don't
is
know.
Yeah, do your thing.
I
Elliot.
didn't know that this was happening.
Elliot Rahal. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know this was happening. By
No, I didn't
Oh,
either.
yeah,
I'm so
sorry.
excited.
It's a
I
wonderful
saw you-
surprise.
Well, last time it happened, my phone broke, and last time you guys were here, my phone literally broke, and
Yeah.
then I was out of communication for like 20 days.
Yeah.
And then,
How fun was that?
if it happened this past year, I would have been welcome relief.
Right.
But when it happened, it was not welcome.
Right.
And I felt very bad.
So, have you ever found as an adult that there was something you ate or did as a kid that you thought was totally normal. Or
Normal.
a thing that everybody did, and then it turns out it was just your family, or it wasn't a normal thing?
Yeah, I mean,
Pussy.
I can't.
We'll
say
tell you
that.
our examples while you think of one that you can say. So my family ate bologna and peanut butter sandwiches.
Like together.
I've heard about that before. I think that's like from like an old Hey Arnold thing, or like maybe it's like a gross '90s.
It would be so funny to me if Dean watched Hey Arnold and got
I'm pretty sure it was a poor people thing, but it might have also been a Hey Arnold thing.
God, okay. Now I feel bad.
Why?
Because I don't know. I was born to feel bad. No, yeah, I know exactly. Well, yeah, Heidi's got, my wife grew up very poor too, so she's got all sorts of fun dinners like that.
just a hot dog wrapped in lettuce.
Right, I like
Lettuce?
Lettuce.
I ain't got lettuce money. Goddamn.
God, I have one so bad, but it's like if my mom ever heard it, she would like fucking.
She's not.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, this one's just dark. It's just like my brother was here for my baby shower, and we were like reminiscing on like how we used to have to smash wine bottles in our garbage because my dad was looking through the trash. Right? That's not really dinner though. But like we thought it was totally normal until like somebody like was like no.
Yeah.
But I was just a fat kid. Yeah. I mean, I
Right.
think the thing that pops out of my mind that is not related but related was somebody once told me, I believe it was my brother, that cold Pop-Tarts give you cancer.
They do.
They do.
Even honestly, if you warm them up, they definitely will too.
I
Still.
believe it. But
Quicker.
I am like a huge believer. I've talked to you about this before. I'm a huge believer in the idea of like the first story you ever hear is the most powerful thing you ever hear. And so to this day, every time I like go to the Pop-Tart aisle, like it's the first thing that pops into my head is I'm gonna fucking die of cancer.
This isn't dinner either, and I've touched on this before on the podcast, but like recently Corey was talking about he was trying to find something new, something to watch on TV, and he was talking about old shit or whatever, and he was like, what about Oz, the HBO show Oz? And I was like, dude, Oz fucking rules.
Does it?
Yeah, I love it. And for anybody that doesn't know, Oz was like pre-Sopranos. It was right at the beginning of HBO getting into all that prestige.
It was
TV
like
stuff.
pre-Sopranos.
Yeah,
right.
They aired at the same time, but
Right.
Oz like started before Sopranos did even, and it was a prison drama about a men's penitentiary, and it was fucking. I was telling Corey like, dude, it's wild, man. All kinds of fucking prison rape and murder and shivving and butt fucking and all that stuff.
I mean, I figured as much.
And it-
I
right.
didn't think it was like Scrubs
I
in
know,
prison.
I know, but
Wouldn't
my
that
point
be
is,
great.
but my
JD
point.
is all sad. Inmate 203 was my friend.
Yeah.
Now he's fucking someone else in the butt.
And then
See, no one told me life was gonna be this gay.
So,
God.
but
It's a Fine for Fighting song.
the point is, I was telling Corey that, and I was like, yeah, dude, I watched it with my dad every week when it was airing, and then it popped in my head, and I looked it up, and I think that show debuted in 1998 or 97, so I was 11 or 12
you
years
were
old.
only 11 then?
I was 11 years old watching Oz
Yeah.
with my dad.
Highly
and again,
inappropriate content.
So much.
Just watching Michael
Prison
Shannon get
rape.
butt fucked. Going,
Yeah.
what do you say about that,
Is
boy?
Michael Shannon in Eyes?
Is he?
I can't. If he was, I don't remember.
I just said a
I didn't
thing.
mean to derail.
There's a lot.
No,
of
no,
great
it's
guys
fine.
in it,
I just-
but not like Stabler from SVU.
That's who I was
Maloney.
thinking of.
Christopher
Maloney.
Like I have a image seared into my brain of him pissing into a bucket in solitary, and it's just full. You just watch him piss out of his penis on camera. And
Big
Like
old
hole
dick.
and everything.
Yeah. Just
Tight.
The whole, tight, super tight.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
So yeah, but like, so that's the only thing. And I never thought nothing of that until later, realizing that not everybody watched shit like that with their dad. A lot of it was super. I mean, I love it in retro. I don't feel like it like fucked me. It was all the other shit. in my
Dude,
childhood that
I was about to
fucked me
say,
up.
like, you didn't have a chance anyways. You
That
may
was-
as well
yeah,
watch
right.
something.
Yeah, it was a fucking
Didn't he show you John Waters films? Really
Yeah,
young
Pink
too?
Flamingo.
John Waters.
John Waters.
The Pink
Flamingos,
Flamingo.
but I was probably like 16 when that happened,
Oh.
not 11.
You were
That's still
primed-
too
you were
early.
primed for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just remember he would show me shit like that because he thought it was hilarious to see what my reaction would
Yeah.
be.
Oh,
I was like
just like a-
16.
I bet it was.
Check this
You know,
shit out, dude.
yeah, exactly. Check the like the whirly bird scene where the dude like fucking
Prolapses his asshole.
yeah over and over. Is that prolapsing?
Apparently
What is that?
I think it's
Really?
called. I think it's just winking.
Apparently, it's really easy to do to prolapse your absol.
Yeah.
Absol.
Yeah, you can.
So-
Like a lot of women just.
I don't know,
Women do it during birth on
That's
accident.
That's
Yeah.
the sense the asshole.
Yeah, push.
Okay, but
Yeah,
from
for sure.
Pink Flamingos, we're not using the right word, right?
No, they're just
'Cause he just
they're
opens and
expressing.
closes.
They're just expressing
He
their
just,
anal
like,
glands.
talks with his butthole.
Expressing.
While-
it's been many high school years and many.
I think that's
And
called
my
expressing.
dad- and my
My
dad's
buddy
like-
can do that because that's how he farts on
So you're
command.
watching this
Okay,
guy.
but like the farting on command is the dangerous thing.
He sucks.
butt stuff ain't gonna prolapse
You're
your
watching
asshole, is
this
it?
guy.
Oh, definitely can. It can help
if you
for
have
sure.
never seen it, you're watching this guy just
Yeah, for sure.
open and close his asshole while the bird is a word plays. And that's the whole thing. And my dad's just sitting there like staring at me like, what do you say about that? Ain't that wild?
Ain't that
That's some wild shit right there, boy. God damn.
And it is some
Like,
wild.
it is some wild shit. But like that's how
crazy.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I was just like, yeah, it's pretty wild.
Look
Daddy.
at that. Fun fact, right? That bird.
They
is
got
the
one where a
bird.
pussy
Is
does that. What are we talking here?
That song was written here, Minneapolis, I believe.
How
by the
about
Garbage
that?
Men.
Well, that's
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah, I think they half invented surf rock here.
In Minneapolis?
I know, isn't it? We
That
know
don't
how I
make no
heard about
sense.
Like
that.
Dick Dale was from here or
I
something?
don't know the answer to any of these
Because
questions.
Dick Dale's definitely like the first guy I think of when I think of surf rock.
And I'm sure you're correct.
Yeah.
I listened to 2 episodes of No Dogs in Space, and they explained that this was true. And I believe it, because I believe anything I hear. It's very interesting radio. Thank you so much.
But yeah, but it also like I found out later, like friends of mine who had like married parents and stuff, like
Boo.
yeah, but they a lot of them didn't like they didn't know shit about DMX and stuff like that.
Right.
I found out later, and
Oh.
I was always like, man, that fucking sucks, dude, because like my dad would buy me.
Hell yeah.
That's sweet. That hits. My dad would buy me any of the like he'd buy me DMX records or anything
That
that
rules.
I like. You
We
know,
were,
with the
like-
parental advisory on or whatever, because you say all the time, he's like, censorship is bullshit. son.
Now, my family, like, my mom and dad weren't showing me fucking John Waters shit, mainly because they had never seen it. I mean, not that they would anyways, but, like, their thing was, like, you know, I've told the story about when we went to see the Titanic, like, what happened there was, like, my parents would just watch something first, and then they'd be like, okay, y'all can see it. And, like, when I remember we went to the movie theater, and Mom was like, okay, there's going to be a part where your dad's going to cover your eyes. It's where Kate Winslet, you know, gets naked. And this is a great me and my dad moment because me and my sister are sitting in front of them and they're behind us because like we got our own row here. And Dad puts his hands over my face, and then right as soon as she gets naked, Dad went like that so I could see, which is adorable. But like they would also like if I walked in while they were watching The Sopranos, like that shit was totally fine. They wouldn't be like, hey, you know, come here. But like they were at our church. There was motherfuckers that were like, your kids can't read Harry Potter, you know?
Right.
But my parents saw that and was like, that's so stupid that we're going
Yeah.
to kind of do the opposite. Like, dude, I grew up watching The Simpsons. Like, that was no fucking, not that that's bad, but like most kids that I went to church with, oh my God, they're not watching The Simpsons. But my dad's like, well, I'm fucking watching it and we got to keep an eye on his ass. So he's staying in here.
this-
And my
actually-
mom and dad got bootleg satellite television and then tried to black out literally all the porn channels because you couldn't choose because it was bootleg.
Right.
So they paid the guy cash to give him hookup on satellite, but you got all the channels. And then they parental controlled the porn, but we figured out a way to get around that pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, because they probably didn't know that like at a certain hour, HBO just turns into that.
Well,
like it's
that,
not.
but no, we
Cinemax.
could watch straight up porn. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't just Cinemax. We could watch the porn channel because what they didn't know was that you could move the satellite manually. So they blocked out G5 channel 2. They didn't block out nothing channel 2.
Right.
So we're like pointing it in a part of space where the satellite's not technically at, and then angling the front back just a little bit, like some little, you know, horny,
Jacking off the
Yeah.
front of Final Frontier.
Fifth grade was
5 or 6 years ago.
Fifth grade is when I started watching the Playboy channel. I hated the hardcore porn, but I couldn't figure out what to do. It took me 2 years before I heard a joke about jacking off and finally asked my brother to explain the joke to me, and then I started jacking off that night.
What was the first porn you ever watched? You remember?
Well, the first thing I ever watched was the Playboy channel. It was just women like pouring milk on their naked bodies
Yeah.
and dancing around.
Mine was called it was on a channel, but it was called The Sexual Matrix. Because The Matrix, I guess I was like in 5th grade, The Matrix had just come out, so they did a parody. And the reason I remember is because my buddy he had just told me about this hot new thing called jacking off that you got to try, you know. So we were going to go over to his house, and we were all going to jack off. And back then, it was just like, give it a shot. And they're just sitting there, and you're just like,
No,
all right,
we-
you've talked about it a lot. But like, I remember I was sitting there, and like all these guys in there, they'd like jacked off before, so they were just like, you know, whatever, we'll jack off later. You do your thing. So I'm sitting there. And I remember, dude, it was a while before I could eat barbecue pizza or listen to Kid Rock without thinking about this because we'd been eating Ball with the Ball had just come out, you know, and we were eating barbecue pizza from Pizza Hut, and like I would get rock hard anytime. I probably would get a boner when I heard Ball with the Ball, anyways.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But like barbecue pizza, probably not. But I did for a long time, and I'm sitting there and I'm fucking like jacking off. I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking great, and I'm like. My shirt's off, like I'm just like pretty, you know, just really getting into it. And they fucking came and grabbed me by the shoulders and threw me down their stairs into my buddies.
Okay.
Into their fucking
Deacons.
into their parents' living room where I sat, rock hard dick, just child, and they were just like, "What is going on?" And I was like,
They threw you into the living room where their parents
down
were at?
Well, they threw me down the stairs, and that's where I landed. Like that's where I went. Like, I got a
damn,
fucking
dog.
splinter on my thigh.
Still had a boner?
You know how that went.
Dude,
In 5th
but
grade?
in 5th grade, that boner, only one way that's getting rid
You
of.
like being thrown around now?
No, I don't.
You dodged one.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah.
At least you found out something about yourself.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I can.
Early in life, hardcore porn in 5th grade is too aggressive.
Well, it wasn't hardcore, but it wasn't hardcore.
too much.
It was.
Yeah, we were always watching it was Cinemax.
This wasn't
exclusively.
hardcore. It was
Dude,
on like HBO or
I
something like
love
that.
the
Yeah.
Playboy Channel because the real ones literally disgusted me.
I don't even remember.
Ugh.
I think I was probably closer to 17 or 18 probably before I saw like hardcore porn, because before that it was all Cinemax. I actually didn't know. I remember not realizing
That it goes in.
that they actually fucked in I didn't know hardcore. I thought porn was what came on Cinemax.
Right.
So I was like, it's all just fake.
then
And
somehow
hardcore-
in 8th grade, you were like, wait, what?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it blew my mind when I
Yeah,
found. I was like,
same
wait,
here.
they actually
It absolutely
have
did.
sex on camera?
I had to act like
It's-
I knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
It's
And
so
it's like,
funny that like
yeah.
thinking about that, because me too. Like when I first started jacking, I was like, it has to be like just clean, no pubes or nothing like that, just soft core. And now like
You know,
I can't even get a boner unless someone's getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm kidding. I just want to see his fucking
You know what he
face.
said to me once?
No.
He was like, this was years ago now, but we've been buds for probably 3 or 4 years anyway. At that point, we were going to a show in Knoxville, and he was riding with me, and I was driving, and some porn got brought up, and he's like, you got any kind of like sort of weird things, you know, that you're kind of into
How
with
long
porn?
had you known
And I
each
was
other
like,
at this point?
probably 3 or 4 years.
For the record, I don't know what he's about to say.
And he goes, I was like, no, my pretty just standard shit, threesomes or party shit or whatever, stuff like that. Just in it, you know, tight, yeah. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, so like lately, like I've had this thing where like, if I'm watching porn and the girl in it, if I know in real life she has since died. He was like, that kind of gets me going.
It's out of respect.
she has since passed.
Well, you know how like
From this mortal coil.
I'm just saying,
You're enjoying her legacy.
all I'm saying is that
her legacy.
all I'm saying
It's
is
what
that
she would have wanted.
not that we don't all watch Norm Macdonald clips, but there's been an uptick
I have
lately.
Been. I have been.
Yeah, but like,
right.
and like, if Martin Scorsese died, we'd all fucking go on a
I guess I
marathon.
have to watch The
Well,
Irishman again.
I don't know that I could jack off to Alexis Texas more, but if she died, fucking, you know, I'd have to. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to.
You're
Yeah.
selling it.
I'm
That's not really how you.
not.
put it
I'm not
to
like,
me,
yeah,
though.
they're dead.
Wait.
That's
You've told me this before, but in the way you just said it. Like someone died, and over the thread, you're
Yeah.
like, this lady died.
See-
I'm going to go warm it up. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But the way he just framed it
That
is
is-
very different.
the way I
made
just
it
framed
sound
it
like
is
a
the way.
fetish.
Now
Like,
the
well,
way he is. I'm sure that even in that moment, he meant what he just said just now.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's not what he said. What he said was what I said.
Hey, look, I may have meant that. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't mean that.
There's just like a. There's
Well, hey, it's time to go anyways. We're about to have to do a show. Eliot Rahal, thank you so much for joining the WellRED podcast.
Wow, thank you so much for letting me crash into here.
No
I
problem.
just wanted to come say hello.
Go to wellredcomedy.com, grab tickets to our shows, and sign up for Trey Crowder's Patreon, and also Lucy, .co, all that good stuff. And also, thank you all for listening to the WellRED Show. We'd love to stick around longer, but we got to go. Tune in next week if you got nothing to do. Thank you. God bless you. Good night and skew. I jack off to more alive women, I would say.
They're the liberal rednecks. They like cornbread, but sex they care way too much, but don't give a fuck. They're the liberal rednecks that makes some people upset, but they got 3 big old dicks that you can suck.